there.
Did you just call me Ted?
Hello,
I'm
everybody.
Fred.
Welcome back to Charles SMP News Network. We are
I haven't even loaded in yet.
We are finally bringing back our interview series. I think this is a very, very important series. We get everybody's oh, well, he's gone. Everybody's
I'm right here.
views on the issues going on, and we just got this in. This is a huge breaking news issue thing. Fred Prod has said he would tell us the real reason he left the Alliance for Free Spawn. Fred, would you like to answer the question? Why did you leave the Alliance for Free Spawn?
Well, fellers, first of all,
Nice
after Luke sent me the screenshot,
Nice LARP.
he did offer... What?
Talk normal, please.
Okay, so after he sent the screenshot, he had promised me every inch of my land back. And, that's kind of the whole reason I was in this war in the first place. So, with my decision-making, which I admit was a bit rash, but I believe it was right, it was the right thing to do. I left AFFS because I was able to get my land back, or I was promised my land back.
Okay, so that's why you left the AFFS. Why did you actively go against them after that?
Well, same reason. I was offered my land back.
So, but weren't you offered your land back with the AFFS?
No.
Yes, you were, actually. No. I can pull up the screenshots.
I was offered,
my question is, really,
screenshot.
What's the difference between you being in the AFFS and you being in Lopad? What is the difference there in your mind?
Well, the difference in my mind is that the AFFS is filled with new people. Like, people who just joined the server, brand new people.
Wilkie joined before you did.
Look, everybody else in there, besides Wilkie. Alright. So, here's the truth. So, everyone, Wilkie isn't new, obviously, but most of everyone in the AFFS, including you for a bit, was, new to the server. Like, people I was not used to. Strangers, really. And knowing that they would have total control of the world after this war, I don't know, it just kind of set off something. But would I rather have the old fellers, the people I knew, the people I was used to, the people I was, on okay-ish terms with, being control of the server, or some new group that has no attachment to me and could have thrown me away easily at the end of the war?
Now, Fred, I'd like to challenge your thought process there. How were you brought into the AFFS? Were you invited, or did you just join it?
The AFFS was built after the coalition, which I was in with some people. But
I would like to also point out that those coalition people have been in this server since season 10, and they've been here almost 2 years now.
Okay, so Zevdi and EXO, yes, but
yes,
Rip.
Rip is not as. I know, I forgot about him.
People.
He is new.
Like basically everybody else besides Zevdi, EXO, and Wilkie, like they're fresh people.
Let me ask you this question. Now you mentioned this kind of like New World Order, Old World Order type of deal. How was your life in the server under the quote unquote Old World Order?
Well, it changed a lot because the Old World Order had always been there, and a lot of things.
No, I'm asking how your life was under the Old World Order prior to the AFFS and the war.
Prior to the AFFS, there were multiple states in which I was under. Galeria, lost to Galeria, made part of Fredistan. So
just before the Coalition War, going into this is the reason you joined the AFFS. If we're being completely real, what was it like?
I remember now. The reason I joined the AFFS, the reason I started the Coalition, the reason everything started, was because of the 64 diamonds Luke Prod attempted to charge me during the initial stages of the Mephiston Agrarian.
Fred, that is not an answer to the question that I asked you.
Okay.
I asked you point blank, how was your experience on the server under the Old World Order? How did the Old World Order treat you prior to the third spawn war now?
Well, they didn't treat me very well.
They didn't.
No.
So you're saying you are shitting on these new people for the fact that they're new, despite the fact that they ignored all of these warnings given to them by pretty much everybody
because they
about
didn't
you.
know around for all the old stuff.
They didn't
They weren't
know?
there. They didn't know. I mean, the warnings, sure, but they didn't know the meaning behind those warnings. They didn't know the history behind those warnings. They
Fred,
weren't
they've been
there.
here long enough to know what the Coalition War was.
I'm talking about like the original
You
warnings, like the original
betrayed the
coalition.
Coalition. That's
Okay. I did not betray the
they
coalition.
they
I
they
ordered a
let
general
go.
surrender.
They let go of pretty much they ignored all of the Fred's evil comments. They ignored it. They offered you a spot in their new alliance, knowing that you wanted a chance to
I
get revenge.
made that alliance. I made the coalition.
I'm talking
That was
about the
me.
AFFS.
Okay, so when you swap, please. Okay, let's just start from the beginning. Okay, you speak. You go first.
Let me speak. You go first. That is really crazy.
Look, dude, it's like 12 a.m. Like, just continue.
I forgot now. Ted.
Oh shit! Did you just call me Ted?
Look.
Let's see. This is at least the 12th time he's called you.
Can I get confirmation here? You're saying that the primary reason you left the AFFS is because they are new people.
Okay, that's a very gross oversimplification.
That is what you said.
That is a very gross oversimplification. Let me make the full point. All right, let's unsimplify it. So, would I have a better chance of being okay? So I have a history with Lopad. I have a history with them, both good, both bad. Like, I was with Lopad for a long time. I was great friends with Lopad for a long time, and I believed that alliance could be easily rebuilt. But after the wars, after everything that happened, these new guys, they could easily throw me away at a moment's notice, and I wouldn't. I would be blindsided.
What's the motive
I trusted them way too much. I don't know what their motive would be, but it could be anything. That's why.
So you're basically going to be you're paranoid, essentially. You're saying that these people can throw me under the bus, so I'm going to instead move in favor of people who already have thrown me under the bus.
Well, the people who have thrown me under the bus offered me a way out from under the bus.
Why?
By offering me my land.
Why though?
Which was the number
Why
one.
though?
That was the number one top reason I was in the AFFS war in the first place.
Why though? Why'd they offer that to you?
Why did they offer that to me?
Have you thought about why they offered that to you?
Okay, so let me.
Did they offer that to you at the beginning of the war?
They offered that to me on. Let me pull up.
I don't need the exact date. I asked you a question. Yes or no?
Okay, they offered it to me mid-war.
Mid-war. After what engagement?
After the. Hold on, I got to see the date to remember the exact engagement. So
it doesn't matter, Fred. I'll tell you. It was the second Battle of Mephisto. Look.
Okay, let me pull it up.
How many battles had Lopad lost
February
at that point?
4th. February 4th.
How many battles had Lopad lost at that point?
At that point, Lopad had lost 2 battles and 1 skirmish. 1 big skirmish.
If we count the spawn battle as a battle, that's 3.
Mm-hmm.
How many battles have they won?
Luke, have you won any battles?
No, they haven't. That's the trick question. Okay.
So why are you asking me?
When they came to you with that, do you think it was out of the kindness of their heart, wanting to make amends?
I know they wanted me out of that war. I know.
So you know that they wanted you out of the war.
They wanted me out of the war, but
okay, and you want to make these claims that the Alliance for Free Spawn, quote unquote, betrayed you or threw you under the bus.
Well, let's pull up the screenshots.
What did you? I'm sure that Welke could send millions of screenshots of deals that he made, where he made Fredistan and Oldo SBR the main point of contention. I've seen them.
Can you provide those screenshots? Because
Fred,
I've got
you know it. You've got one screenshot of one deal.
I've got several.
And you know what? Welke sent me the other deals made in that argument.
Let's see these deals. Let's see the dates.
Ask Welke.
No,
but you know for a fact that the first ever peace agreement that was drafted after the spawn battle. What were the two? What was the? Yes, we did. Yes, we did actually. If you remember, I can go back. Luke,
was it on the Discord chats?
Luke, were you given a surrender term after?
I sent that. Oh shoot, I sent that.
You did. Okay, yeah, the Welke.
Yeah.
If I go back to the secret chat in AFFS and go to the very first terms of surrender, when I asked them, guys, what do you want out of this war? What do you think the first thing that Welke said was?
Let me guess. You said Fredistan.
Fredistan and Old OSBR. He said, obviously we have to get the Fredistan and Old OSBR stuff back. That was the first one he said.
Okay, but that still isn't
And that's on
explained. Why did he go back on that?
Okay, it's
Why
working.
did he go back on that?
Why did he go back on it?
Why did he
Fred,
send
you've got one screenshot.
Keep that stuff?
You've got one screenshot.
One
Are
screenshot.
you aware,
it doesn't matter,
Fred?
It doesn't matter if it's 1 or a million screenshots.
Fred, are you aware? Well, actually, you are
That's
aware.
still
You are.
bad.
Look, Fred, you are aware. You were in. I was in that GC when they confronted you on this because Rip ratted you out for trying to turn him. Did you or did you not confirm and concede with them that you understood it was taken out of context? You understood that they weren't
taken out of
It
context.
was actually.
He said it the
Fred,
whole...
I can confirm. Wilkie was sending me messages about those peace agreements.
I've got the full conversation.
Lopad,
here
no, you don't. Lopad was wanting to basically end the war by giving up Fredistan and Old OSBR, two completely destroyed territories, for Port Dankis. Welke was telling me how stupid that was in his eyes. When he says Old OSBR and Fredistan can stay in Lopad for all he cares, what do you think that means in that context?
So let's see here. This screenshot was sent February 4th, 2024 at 11:34 p.m.
1 second.
Here is a message from him. What is okay. I'm going to read this completely out. So, starting from this one right here. So, I'm going to start from the very first screenshot. Hello, Luke. Brother, here that's blocked by Paige, but it was all an internally planned scandal from Night Gear. I might be mad about Night Gear, but not Lopad, you, or Dankis. This is Welke talking. I will rebuild the burned buildings, especially the church. It got flamed too.
Talking about Mephisto.
Very mad user. Yeah. Must have been some very mad user. We're still trying to figure out who it is. I would like to work again with Lopad and Dankis with the new chunks. Only way to stop the repetition is to friend up. It's fine. I'm just going to take what we conquered and leave it. I'll leave it to that, really. That's good to hear. This is Luke now. I hated that API did that. Terrible, really. Can we mute this guy?
Now, Fred, I'm going to stop you right there. Do you want to have a wild guess where Welke got that quote, I want to, what do you say, make amends with Lopad after the war? Whatever.
He said, he
said that to Luke.
Stop the repetition.
Directly after.
The only way to stop the repetition is to friend up.
I told him that it would be better if Lopad and the entire AFFS could get along after the war. He sent that message directly after. That is almost word for word what I told him, aside from the repetition stuff.
Yeah, I've been selling weapons.
Well, this is all him talking about, like, Lopad, Dankis, Night Gear, rebuilding the burned buildings.
He's talking about the Battle of Mephisto and how he doesn't blame Luke for it.
Mm-hmm.
I had to convince him of that, by the way. Continue, though.
Let's see here. Let me continue.
Can you please skip to the stuff that's relevant, though?
Alright, so here's what Welke said. Welke says, it's why I'm just going to take what we conquered and leave it to that, really. Luke replies, how about this? We admit we lost. You guys get... But we get Port Dankis back, and in return, we give Fred his Fredistans back. One of them is intact. And then Welke asks, would the spawn territories become independent? And here's what Luke says. Fincha and Blocktopia, they wouldn't. If you want, we can include in the treaty that they have to have a vote on independence, but that's the furthest I can go. Welke says, we would like Blocktopia, Fincha, and all of the conquested territories. Fincha and Blocktopia because they are the spawn territories and we don't want being attacked again, since those two territories are there. Fredistan and OSBR can be left under low peak control.
If you're going to pull up stuff, give me a minute to go back to when Welke was talking to me as he was sending these messages to Luke.
Don't forget to give me a date, by the way.
I'm not going to give you a date because that's retarded. Nobody here cares enough to LARP about it was sent on this time, and this date. I'm going to tell you the day.
Well, if it was sent after that day, then
wasn't.
Was it sent on the same day?
I'm going to find it.
Is the point I'm trying to make.
Let me find. Send me that quote. Actually, the first one with no.
Which one?
Was it the same conversation on the same day that Wilkie was talking about the night gear thing?
Yeah, same conversation. It's all one long little. It's
Okay,
like 5
wait.
screenshots.
Let me go
of the full conversation.
to here. Give me a specific date. I can do that. What's the day?
Luke sent it to me on February 4th, 2024, and the screenshot
Okay.
said today, 4:33.
February.
So-
Where do I? Oh, he even goes even further into it. Oh, he says, okay, you need to make sure people don't feel like they fought for nothing. True, true. Maybe Blacktopia, Fintia, Fredistan ours. Rest conquered ours too. Look at that. And then he goes into Slack rejoining because he rejoined that day. I'll send these all to you right now.
Alright, let me read this. Well, it's over. I'm out of options.
You
I
turned
have to
on the
server kill myself.
No, where'd you
I
go?
have to server kill myself.
I'm gonna TP you back over here.
I'm having to server kill myself. Hold on. I'm gonna plant some trees.
No,
real quick.
no, Fred.
I'm server killing myself. It's over.
You
It's over.
turned on the only people who had ever shown you any kind of hospitality and care, genuinely cared about you getting what you wanted. For
Okay,
what?
Jace,
For
you know
what?
what? You know what? Stop for a second. Stop. What's the point of this? Like,
Because you came
just
on here.
gave
You came on
revelation.
here saying
You gave me a revelation. Like,
Revelation.
of utmost thing. Like, you just gave me a revelation. And you just, like, completely fucked my entire view of everything. Like, what the fuck? Why was I not told of this immediately after
you were
everything happened? Why
actually
was I not?
you were put into
I
a
was not
GC.
sent, I was not.
They told
sent
you all of
these
this.
screenshots.
They told you every single bit of this.
No,
actually.
they did not.
They did. I can go back to
Do you
it.
still
I'm not
have
going
the group
to.
chat?
It's probably still there. You're probably still in it
What?
too. No, they removed you.
They removed me.
Yeah, because you were found out to be just lying to them. You told them that you were going to be like a double agent type thing.
Oh yeah, but
They
look,
trusted you.
look. I'm
And
out
look,
of options
and what did you do
here.
to them?
I'm gonna server kill myself.
You look. Come here. You won't even apologize to them.
I must server kill myself.
Instead,
This is the only way.
you make it out like they betrayed you and that they're scummy,
That's what I believe.
and you won't
That's what
even
I believe.
apologize, even still.
This is the apology. Suicide. Is this boy trying to fish me up? Get out of here. Get
Fish
out of
him
here.
out, Frau.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
So, the reason I pulled any of this up, any of this is relevant, is because you came on here saying you would give us the reason why you genuinely left the AFFS.
And then you just blew that reason out of the water.
No. You didn't
did.
give us
You
what
really just
you
did.
didn't say what you were originally going to say. Because all you said was what you've made public on the record. When I said I was going to start doing an interview, your answer changed. I want to know what you were going to say before that.
You want to know what I was going to say before that?
Yes.
Alright, pause the stream for a second. Is the stream paused? Hold on a minute. The area around me hasn't loaded in yet. Is the stream
Okay.
paused, Luke? I'm sorry, Jace.
Okay.
Alright. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is everything perfectly well? You are not streaming.
Yes.
Islamophobia. Tell you what.
The real reason you left the AFFS.
The real reason I left the AFFS was because that screenshot pissed me off on. Okay. The real reason that I left the AFFS was because when I was showed that screenshot, I felt anger, not like anything I'd ever felt before. Like, I just got pissed. Like, have you ever just gotten pissed to a point where you would literally kill,
No.
like, the entire AFFS? Like, have you just been
No.
pissed off? Like, okay, you haven't. You haven't. Yeah, you're lucky, buddy. But,
Most people can control their anger to the point where they don't rage. So.
well, yeah, I don't. I'm a gamer.
Anyway,
but...
I think you're still withholding stuff. Because that is exactly what you said earlier.
Islamophobia.
I think there's more truth to that than you're kind of bringing up. Honestly, I think there's more truth to the fact that it's a majority Muslim faction and you're not Muslim. That really contributed to you leaving.
You actually taking that serious?
Yes. Because and
This is
it
gonna.
even it even goes to
I
what you
don't
mentioned
care
earlier. You
about
no no no
religion.
no no no.
I mean, I don't care if someone's a different religion than me.
You initially
That's I'm not actually Islamophobic.
mentioned something about how people aren't like, they're new, so that's why you gravitate towards Lopad. What's another thing? It's not just the Islamophobia that I was saying. It's not the Islamic part. It's the fact the AFFS is made up primarily of people who aren't from the States.
Are
English
you
isn't their
saying
first
that I'm
language.
a white supremacist?
No, I'm saying that you felt like you didn't fit in. Is there any truth to that?
There is no truth to that. Like, look, while I was with them, I did not feel out of place. I did not feel like, I was dealing with a bunch of, I mean, they were foreigners, but I didn't feel, they felt like people that I'd known, but they were still strangers to me. I did not feel in place with them. I did not think of them as, I mean, they were foreign, but I didn't think of them as like this strange group of people, but they were still strangers to me. Like, even after all the things we did.
So you felt like you belonged with these people then.
Well, yes, I felt like I belonged with Logan,
So
with the people who I've been
here's my question.
with
This
for
is a big
the
one.
past 2 years.
Why then? You were brought into a GC. You can confirm you were brought into a GC and confronted about this.
Well, I'm going to be honest, I have no recollection of that.
You don't remember the GC.
I do not remember the GC.
Do you recall telling them you were going to be a double agent spying on Lopad?
I recall telling them that it's not a GC, but I DM'd somebody about it.
It was in a GC. I was overseeing
It was in a
it.
GC?
Yes.
All right. Well,
So,
look, as you know, my memory's not the best.
I know.
That's a given.
I know.
And, it's also,
But my
12
question
a.m.
is,
I've been up since 6 a.m.
after admitting to them that, or making them think that you understood it was all a misunderstanding at this point, why would you do that?
Why would I fight the battle against them?
No. Why? What is the point in lying to them and making them think that you were still with them, like you believe?
It would buy me time. It bought me time.
To do what?
Pretty much. To armor up, to prepare, to mentally prepare myself.
To do what?
To fight.
To fight
because
against
I didn't really
who?
have much. Them. I didn't have much of a
Why?
choice. Look, if I didn't fight with them, like if Lopad saw me, who joined the VC?
You were fighting with the AFFS up to this point. Were you in a negative position because of that? Was your position better or worse than it was before the war when you were with the AFFS?
Well, honestly, better.
Better. Okay.
You
So
know what?
after being confronted about it, what was the point?
Let's get real here. Let's get real. I fucked up.
I know.
I fucked up.
I've tried to tell you that.
So, do you know why I wanted to go into exile at the beginning of this?
Why?
Because I didn't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. I mean, not I don't want to be on the server. I don't want to be in the war anymore. But I made a deal with Luke. I've got to honor that deal. Like, win or lose, I got to honor.
Did you not make a deal with the AFFS, though?
Yes, I did.
What makes it any less valuable?
So, I don't know. I don't know honestly how exactly I'm supposed to do.
So
The only logical solution here is to remove myself from this.
Now,
It's the only way I could possibly prevent, dealing with, enemy soldiers, having to deal with all that.
I think what you need to do, you need to come out and apologize to the AFFS, not just for betraying them, but for slandering them, saying they betrayed you and all this stuff.
Well, that is what I believe, but I will apologize. But
do that.
One more thing. Stop. I almost remembered. I just remembered. So, look, there was one thing that did particularly concern me when I broke off from the AFFS, and it was a serious problem, one that you bared witness to. So, you were there when you watched Welky place down shulker boxes of armor in creative mode.
I told you I didn't see that.
You were there in the room.
I was not in the room. If it happened, I didn't see it because like I said, I streamed
every
single battle, 30 minutes before the battles.
Do you remember that room, like with near next to the station chamber, the big meeting room.
The evil meeting room, yes.
Yeah, the self-described evil meeting room. It happened in there. It should have been on stream. You were in there.
Was it the red shulker boxes?
The red shulker boxes, yes,
Fred,
and the white ones too.
Fred, those were, if you look on the stream for that battle, those were there before I got on. Those were there in the pre-battle stream I did.
So who was there?
Hours
who
prior.
was in that seat? Was it someone wearing one of your masks?
No, Fred,
maybe it was.
Nobody.
I don't know.
I'm saying that it's impossible for him to have put those shulkers down in creative, and you have to have seen it because they were there in my pre-battle stream before.
I know, but
like,
I
hours before the
remember
battle before you
seeing
got
Welky
on.
place them down. It was white. I remember white ones and I remember red ones.
So okay, you're saying
there were white ones and red ones.
You're saying you've already admitted that you have bad memory, but you're saying that Welky was using creative because he placed down shulkers that were already there hours prior.
Okay, I remember watching him place those down. I remember it. Like this is I can say this with certainty. I remember watching him place that.
Does that mean he was in creative mode?
He was flying.
He was flying.
He was in the air. He was levitating.
In the secret meeting room.
In the evil meeting.
What would be the point of flying in the secret meeting room?
He was just flying around, like you fly around in a building and create.
I am convinced because that isn't what you told Lopad when they tried to join. You told them that I was giving them items.
I told them you were there.
It's changed several times.
Okay, Luke, are you in this right now? Are you hearing this?
I'm here.
I remember. Do you remember me telling you that Jace watched Welky put down a bunch of shulkers in creative? Do you remember me telling you that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you never said that I cheated and stuff for them?
No, I said you were biased. You were supporting.
Yeah, the claim was that you're biased and you just don't care for, I guess, Lopad, and you want the AFFS to win.
I'm sure
that
that's
was
so
Fred's
true,
claim.
Fred.
Because
I'm sure that's so true.
You believe, this is a quote from you, you believed that Lopad was going to eat all the factions up and prevent server growth.
That actually isn't a quote from me.
Well, that is something you said. I remember it.
It actually isn't.
It isn't?
Eating up, quote-unquote, deal was Welky.
Well...
And he never said it. He expressed it through a video.
I remember someone, like, I'm pretty sure it was a higher up. It was either you, or it was Welky, or it was Zevi. It was someone higher up.
It was a video. The animation.
No, not the animation. Not the animation, but someone literally saying that Lopad was going to prevent server growth, eat up all the little factions.
It may have been in one of Welky's speeches.
How many speeches did that guy give? Because
he's given several.
Look, but what is wrong with me, man? What's wrong with my brain? But
no, let's go back. So I was actually wanting to confront this on the interview. What you're saying that Welky put down these red shulkers?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Lucas showed us the DMs where you're trying to out Welky as an operator abuser. You said that, quote unquote, everyone in this picture is using these kits. The picture you sent, nobody was using the things in the kits.
Give me 6 seconds. Give me 6 seconds. Hold on a minute. Could you send that to me real quick? Cause
oh my gosh, bro.
Send that real quick.
Oh my gosh. Go ahead.
I do an interview if this one doesn't last like another.
Let's wrap this up.
You know what? You know what? I'm shutting down this interview right now. Let's just continue this tomorrow. Let's let Luke have his little interview.
No, we'll wrap it up, but I'm going to put a 5-minute limit. Okay, Fred.
All right.
You said, and Luke can confirm this because he sent us the picture of the DMs. You said everyone in this picture is using these kits. You sent a picture
of the screenshot.
Oh my god!
Because I don't remember
this screenshot real?
I don't remember this. I don't remember this.
You sent the picture of everyone in front of the little speech pedestal.
I sent that one in screenshots.
No, you sent it to Luke in the DMs, general. And you said everyone in this picture is using these kits. Nobody was using the armor that were in those kits, which all the kits were, or the sword. I think it had a sword. I don't know, but no one was using that stuff. Also, you were in the Alliance for Free Spawn. You know that
All right,
most of the
so
people. No,
you
no,
said I
hold up.
sent this to Luke in DMs.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Luke, are you there?
Yeah.
Can you confirm
I
that
am
Fred
in
sent you
my
a picture
DMs right now.
of that, like of the AFFS before the Mephisto battle? That big picture, saying that they were all using the kits.
I just pulled up
Yeah.
from me has an
He
image
said
in
yes.
Luke 1861's DMs. I'm not seeing any picture.
I have the group chat.
It's
Oh,
a
it
yeah.
was a group chat. Okay. It might have been the group chat. Which one,
Yes,
Luke?
it was a group chat. He just said
I
that.
don't know. It's buried Discord. I can try to search for it.
Has
Not every single thing can have somebody
image.
digging up a damn picture.
Okay, I do have the picture here.
You have the picture.
But
There we go.
I have the picture of one shulker box, like the contents of one of the red
Here.
shulker boxes, and then the
Red.
picture. These were sent like 4 minutes apart, and I
Red.
know we were at a VC at this time, so
Red.
these two
I
couldn't have possibly been related in the conversation. I don't remember saying that
Red.
everyone in this picture had the kits. I was just showing
Yes,
the
that's
number.
exactly what you said. Here's
Luke,
why.
Luke,
What
I
happened?
was
Let me
in that
explain.
conversation
Fred.
myself. I do not
I
remember.
know. Okay, well, let me explain. Okay, so Fred, you sent the picture of the shulker box to show, like, look what they're doing in creative. Okay, and to illustrate your point, you sent a picture of everybody that was supposedly wearing the kit. Now, Dave is here as well, and he can testify to
Dave,
that
can you
too.
confirm that I sent the picture after saying that they were all using these kits? Because I remember the conversation went a little like, this is what they had in their kits, this is what they had, this is all the shulkers that they had, and most of these people in this picture were armored up. Not with the kit specifically, as you know, the picture has people wearing different uniforms.
All of them
Like,
are.
you know, all of them are wearing different uniforms. Like, none of them are
Oh,
even
but
the
that was your
same.
point, Fred. That was your point.
That
Your
was not.
entire.
Okay, so hold on. Am I? Do I have?
Fred, look,
I need.
here's the thing. Why? Look, you were in the Alliance for Free Spawn. You know that they didn't die in the battles. They rarely died in the battles. Most of the guys only got on 4 battles. Most of them have used the same armor the entire war. What is the purpose of them cheating in kits?
Well, that's just the thing. I don't know.
You
But
don't
why
know.
were they cheating them in the first place?
They weren't.
Because I remember firsthand watching that happen.
You
I
can't
watched
remember
Welky.
sending these
I
messages to
do
people,
remember.
but you can remember
Welky.
Welky supposedly flying around putting down kits.
Okay, so hold on a minute. I'm looking at the messages right here, and I know we were in a VC from.
He's
Okay,
gonna
where's the
go
call?
asking for fucking
I've got him right
exact
here, dude.
time and date again. Can you send me the picture? You've got 2 minutes.
Okay,
How's this new
we
guy
were in
know
a
that, like,
call
right
for
away?
quite a long time. We were in. Now,
Look,
so
Fred,
if were we talking about that for okay, 5
I
time
want to
limit
wrap
up?
this up. We can do another interview on the whole cheating accusation you have, and why it's ridiculous. But to sum this up, you mentioned a lot of reasons why you left the AFFS. These big revelations you said apparently, which just turned out to be the exact same things you said a million times. We fussed about
Islamophobia.
what Islamophobia. That's gonna be really wonderful.
Yeah, that's going to be incredible for the stream, won't it?
So, we have all that. Then we have you bringing up this ridiculous accusation. But yeah, if you want to come back on here later, you can. For
I
any
can come back
reason.
on after the turkey shoot tomorrow.
But really, the question now is, and I'm gonna give you maybe 2 minutes. What's your plan going forward?
As I said, apple farming, man.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Apple manufacturing, preparing for the conquering of Charles SMP.
I'm sure. Okay, we'll see you. And goodbye.
The fall of every major faction on the server.
And there's your reason.